nervous about it because I was like, okay.
Actually pretty tastefully done, and you looked amazing. Did you do anything?
Oh, they had an intimacy coach on the set.
Oh, how was that? What's that like?
Well, it's interesting because, well, first of all, they want to make sure everybody's comfortable. They want to
Hmm.
make sure, you don't feel pressured or like you're speaking up if you don't feel comfortable. So
Hmm.
we have that whole conversation, and then we kind of like we had a practice
Oh my
day.
God. Oh my gosh, that's
they
so
asked us
hard.
they asked us like, well, do you guys want to run through it like before the day of? And so we both were like, yeah, I guess so. Obviously that was like really my second week of taping or something like that. So I really was like, oh yeah, let me kind of figure out what I'm gonna be getting myself into before I have to do this in front of the camera. And so yeah, we talked through the movement,
Mhm.
what would happen, So, yeah. I mean, it,
Okay.
it probably was a little bit more, you know, on the when we taped it, but you guys see the edited down version. So, yeah.
Okay. So is Todd done being tense and up? I don't want to use the word upset, but is the tension kind of died down now that it's out there and he's seen it
I think he feels a little bit better, just a little bit, because, he thought it was going to be much worse.
oh, okay. Okay. And it sounds like you did too, because you don't really know what makes it, to TV
Well,
until
yeah, basically. I mean, when I say much worse, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying as
right.
far as if you're in a couple and you got, your significant other is grinding and kissing on somebody else,
Yeah, that's gotta
that's
be awkward.
awkward. Yes, exactly.
Will we see more scenes like that this season from you?
From me? Well, you know
Yes.
what? I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna have to keep
Okay.
watching.
Okay. Has your character, because we've seen you on the front lines a lot at a lot of the Black Lives Matter protests lately. Has your character maybe given you the idea to get into like more politics or anything of that sort? Because I think Candy Burris has a life in politics.
Are you serious?
You and Portia could take over the world.
Well, thank you. I
Yes.
appreciate your confidence. Well, I think that speaking up for, African Americans has been something I've always, that's been embedded in me since childhood. And so
Mhm.
I always speak my mind, and I'm always trying to bring more opportunity to, African Americans, our community. I've always been reading up on the history of, you know, um, just different things that affect us in a way that it doesn't affect others, and figuring out what I can do to help balance things a bit. And I don't think there's anything that one person can do, but if you do the most that you can, and if we all do a little something, we can, start getting some progress. And so that's what it's all about. And so I know for me, especially in the last, couple months that we've been in quarantine or whatever, I definitely been using my platform, trying to help, get the word out there about different protests going on. Actually interviewed different people who have um, foundations or different organizations that can help the community and in different situations. I mean, I know like one of the people that I interviewed, he has a organization that basically it puts a spotlight on police brutality, and if you felt like you were done wrong, basically you reach out to them and they help you through the process of filing complaints, because it's not
Mm.
really easy to file complaints against police, and they help see it through, you know what I mean? And so, and then, other people that I was, talking to who, had different protests going on, and we talked about it, and I just use my platform basically to get the information out there.
Hmm.
Also, when it comes to systemic, racism, we always talk about, basically how it's not balanced as far as financials and all that stuff. And so that's why this month I've been using my platform to basically help, African American owned businesses, get promo or whatever, and not charge them anything, just doing it for free, just to help spread the word. Because if you could just do a little thing, just spread the word for anybody's business, any little thing, you can help them. And so that's basically what I've been up to.
And I've got to ask you about Portia. I mean, she is really out there. She got arrested last week.
Hmm.
Have you spoken to her? And as a friend, like, how proud are you of her for what she is doing?
Well, first of all, I am very proud of her because the way I look at it is like right now, she's going walking in the footsteps of her grandfather, which is a major thing. He was in the forefront of the civil rights movement back in the what was that, 60s and 70s. So for her to be able to step up in the way she's been stepping up lately is really, really good.
Mhm.
Out of her, and yes, I did speak to her. We've been talking through text message. I reached out to her just to see if she was good, but then since she came home, we were just talking, texting about that and other things, because we got a lot coming up, with our own show and
Mhm.
Housewives and everything that's about to happen with that.
Yeah, which obviously, I mean, I'm seeing a ton of questions. Everyone wants to know
What?
what's going on with Housewives, because you guys just started filming a couple days ago. Is that right? And I think I may have saw
Yeah.
you hanging out with Miss Kenya earlier, right?
You know what? I was with them today, but it wasn't for the show.
Okay, okay.
Eva invited us over to her house to eat. So we just came over here. Eva can really, really cook. Let me shout her out for that. But yeah,
Mm.
she invited Cynthia, Kenya, and I over to her house just to have dinner and hang out. And so we were hanging out. It wasn't for filming, but I definitely was filming this week, though.
Okay, so you guys are just you're prepping. I love that you guys are such good friends off camera.
Well, I mean, Eva's not gonna. Well, as of now, I mean, Eva's not
Right,
on the. She's not on the show this season, so
right.
it wasn't us trying to prep or do anything. Like we genuinely was just hanging out because she invited us over to eat.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I
so
hope.
funny because I feel like every time we get together, people always try to make it a housewife thing. But if you genuinely connect with people, sometimes you just gotta hang together, and it has nothing to do with the cameras. So we
Right.
was just really kicking it, eating food, watching the show, and they was supporting me because the show was on, the Shy. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Yes, yes. How I know you just started filming, but how is
Oh,
it get
let me say something. I
yeah.
want to address this because I saw some people on my comments. I see Keisha underscore Marie said, "Did y'all do COVID testing?" Yes, we did. So, let me just say,
Yeah.
for Housewives, much love to Bravo and much love to Truly Original, our production company. Obviously, they want to make sure everybody's safe. So we have been, what we're doing is we're testing every week.
Okay.
So as for me and Todd, we've had multiple tests. I did test on my own prior to the show even started, and since the show has started, I've already had two. And so it's Cynthia, the other girls, obviously, some of them went out of town, but now they're back in town. They have to do the same. And Eva, she's not in the cast, but she just recently got her own test. So yeah, we all tested.
Well, it's almost would be natural for Eva to pop up because that's why when I thought of it, I was like, well, you guys are all together. Did she pop up tonight? I mean, are you hoping she pops in at some point, maybe?
I would love for her to, but obviously that's up to her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.